I've known him since he started playing. See, I worked at the Soap Creek Saloon too, so I met Denny when the Cobras started playing out there. We had to do a lot of persuading to get them to go play because it was going to be a country place, you know. So Denny was always, you know, a real good, you know, clutch guitar player, you know. And then the more you played with, more I got to play with him, like starting like 2012, I believe, you know, wow, you know, he could do a lot. And then he started playing steel guitar. So then we had a, you know, a country band, same guys, but now we were doing old country, you know, not just old rock and roll. Now we're doing old country, you know. And so he learned those steel parts on those, like off Hank Williams records and stuff like that. So that was a lot of fun, you know. And we did it up until COVID hit, and then he passed about a year later. So he was one of the best. There's no doubt about it. You know, Denny Freeman. I could tell you the best. To me, my favorite guitar players were Denny Freeman, Bill Campbell, Doug Somm, John Reed, and I might have to stop there because there's always going to be about 12 more that could fit in that category. But I'll just stop there. He was peculiarly funny, you know, and it was, you know, he'd always would say stuff that, you know, like, you know, as a matter of fact, you know, looking at things, you know, as a matter of fact, you know. So he was and he really liked his music. He still had his, you know, like we all had that sense of, you know, growing up hearing rock and roll for the first time, you know. He still had that. He didn't really mature musically, you might say. He just stayed right in that pocket for a guitar. Well, he tried, you know, he was learning. He could play other things, though. He was really good at jazz, you know, but he knew there was no money in that. So, you know, he came back to rock and roll. Well, he's from Dallas. So when you're from Dallas, at that time, you know, go back. I went to college in Nacogdoches, and we had a guitar player from Dallas. And I went to go visit him one time, and I went up. He took me to a place called Luann's on Greenville Road, you know. And I remember seeing a band Jimmy played in. What was the name of them? And Paul Ray played in this other band, the Sticks. No, I don't know I forgot what their names were. And I could see that the guitar players all had this Dallas sound. And it all came from the Nightcaps. Wine, Wine, Wine. That was a big, big Texas single, about 61, 62. That started a lot of rock and roll bands, that record right there. We want to play this stuff, you know. So all across the country, you know, there was just, I mean, especially Texas, you know, there was bands playing Wine, Wine, Wine. But the guy that played guitar, David Schwartz, had that, you know, that every Dallas player has. Every guitar player plays that, just like they got the same tone, everything. It's just, nobody else could do it. I think it's the water. I think it's the water, you know.